Hi there, my name is Amanda Nicole. I want to start out and give you a little bit of information about me and what I do. If you're watching this video, it's usually because you are in a place as a Christian woman where you are considering divorce, or you've already been through a divorce and you want some information about how to reconcile the decision to divorce with your faith. If that is you, then you definitely come to the right place. I specifically help women who are contemplating divorce or who have been divorced to reconcile the decision to divorce with their faith, and then to use that divorce to give them freedom as they continue through their life and their relationship with God. Years ago, I was in the situation that you were in. I was in a marriage that was completely untenable, and I felt like there's got to be some kind of exception for people in my situation in scripture to allow me to be able to get a divorce. So I did like you're probably doing, and looked on the internet and looked in books and looked in resources to see what does the Bible say about divorce, and how might I be able to make the decision to divorce, but also feel like it's congruent with my faith. And so I looked and found every resource that I possibly could. And I found that pretty much all of the resources that I could find were advocating reconciliation, were advocating pray for your marriage and let God fix it, don't get a divorce, and things like that. And the information that I did find on divorce was completely judgmental, it was condemning, and it basically scared you into just doing nothing and hoping that things would get better. So that's what I did. We went to counseling and found every resource that I could on saving your marriage, on this 3-step process, on a better marriage, better communication, and I tried everything that I could try for literally years. Years later, I came back to the same place where things had gotten worse, nothing had gotten better. My mental state and my emotional state had gotten worse, and it was like I've tried everything I know to try and I'm back at the same place. I need to look into divorce again. And so the second time I looked into divorce, I was like, okay, God, I'm not going to go to resources. I'm going to go to you, and I'm going to see what you have to say on this subject, because I feel like that based on what I know about you, God, and how much you love me, this cannot be your will for me. There's just no way that this is what you want for me. But I need to be able to see how that is the case in scripture, because right now, based on what I'm seeing in scripture, there seems to be a disconnect between how I know you feel about me and what I know your plans and purpose for me would be versus what I'm seeing in scripture regarding this subject of divorce. And so I really just dug into scripture and dug into God to say, I need to be able to understand this as it pertains to my specific situation. If it's your will that I need to stay, that's fine. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. But I need to know, how do I get my marriage to improve and not live the rest of my life like this if it's your will for me to stay? And then if it's not your will for me to stay, help me be able to reconcile that with my faith with you, so that I will have the confidence to leave and know that you're leaving with me. So that's what I did. And God took me on a journey to help me understand how to reconcile the decision to divorce with my faith. And now my company and all of the resources that I create are directly from what I was taught through that experience, as well as scripture, and it is unlike anything else out there. I've heard someone say before that if you're looking for information and you can't find what you're looking for, it's because you haven't created it. And I found that to be completely true, where the information that God gave me when I sought Him for myself is completely different than anything else that you will find out there. And that's why I have coined it Freedom Through Divorce, because that's exactly what it gave me. It's completely the opposite of the guilt and condemnation that you normally find when you look for resources on divorce, and it provides freedom. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Is I want to lead you through some of the things that the Lord taught me when I asked Him about this subject, and how to be able to reconcile the things that He taught me with what's in Scripture, so that you can experience the same kind of freedom that I did. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about me so that you will know where I'm getting what I'm going to be teaching you, as well as the important thing that I feel like is, a lot of the times when you are looking for information on divorce, is very much theology. It's very much, this is what the community says on this subject. And it's not very, I've been through this, I've walked through this, I know what you're going through. And so that's one of the things that makes when I teach on this subject unique, is that I've been through it. I know where you're at. It's not just theology. It is, I've walked it and lived it. And so I think you get a different perspective when that's the case. So I just want you to just sit back and relax and allow me to be able to teach you what God taught me. You will have the information that you need to be able to reconcile your divorce with your faith. Welcome to Freedom Through Divorce with Amanda Nicole. If you like what you just heard, please consider visiting my website and see how I might be able to help you through personal development courses geared towards women considering or dealing with divorce.